So we have a lot of people asking us about what our approach is at WellFit Life, and there's a very specific approach that we take. My roots began in physical therapy, and once I had worked in physical therapy for a little while, I got a certain approach which was mainly based on the muscular system. So if you have an issue or you need to get stronger or move better, you trigger point a specific muscle, and then you make another specific muscle stronger, and you go on and on and on. And what I've actually found through my experience is that it seems like while that has its place, that within the training world you need to focus more on movements than muscles. Muscles are still really important, but the movement is a better way of helping your body to be able to function like a normal human being, because we interact with the ground on a regular basis. So my history, I was involved in a skydiving accident where I actually ended up dropping, free falling from the height of an airplane hangar down to the ground and crushed my hips, crushed my back, and I have a completely smashed disc between my L5 S1 space. Had about 2 years of shooting pain down both of my legs. Nothing that I tried worked, and I actually had to try to figure out how to get my body to move better so that I could get back to being able to functioning, because I had radiating, some of you know what this is like, I had radiating pain down the backs of both of my legs for 2 years. Trying to sit in class and study in college just was not happening. So I want to show you how we look at the human body, and this is a concept, right? It's not just a specific exercise, it's a concept that can help guide your whole exercise fitness routine. So if I can draw a stick figure real quickly, let's use a different marker. If I can draw a stick figure real quickly, I'm going to just show you how your body works. And you can apply this across the board to how you're working on strength. If you've got a specific stretch routine that you're working on, then your stretch routine should follow this kind of model. So if you have any injuries in your body, or if you have accumulated stress in a specific area of your body, most of the time it happens at your joints. You only have two joint functions. You either have joints that are primarily stable, or you have joints that are primarily mobile. And I'm going to mark those two joints with either an X or an O. So an X would be like my hand. My hand is supposed to be a series of stable joints, so I can hold this marker relatively still. If it started to shake all over the place, we'd say that's instability. On the other hand, my wrist is supposed to be a mobile joint, so if I take my wrist and I move it through a full range of motion, there's no restrictions there, we can say that that's a well-functioning mobile joint. So if I can show you how your body works, your foot is supposed to be stable. It can hold onto the ground pretty well and be confident, which allows your ankle to be flexible. Your knee is stable. Your hip is flexible. Your low back and core are supposed to be stable, which allows your upper spine to be flexible. Then if we go out to your shoulders, your shoulder blade is stable. Your shoulder joint is flexible. Elbow joint is stable. Wrist is flexible, and your hand is stable. If we go up into your neck, your lower neck should be stable, and your top to your atlas and axis should be mobile. So in functional anatomy, this applies to your everyday movement in that, let's take a common issue that we see, which is people who sit at a desk or sit in your car. That's our whole life, right? There's a lot of sitting. Let's see that you take your hip joint, which is supposed to be mobile, and it starts to stiffen up. It starts to become kind of stable. That is generally okay if you're just sitting, but if you like to get up and you like to move around, you like to play golf, you like to play sports, if this remains stiff, when you go to do your sport, your body will try to find the flexibility that it's supposed to have here in the joint directly above or below it, which in this case would be the low back, which starts to become too flexible, and your knee, which starts to become mobile. If you have too much play in joints that are supposed to stay stable, you end up with injury most of the time. If you go directly above or below that, that can actually start affecting the whole chain. So a flexible knee can start to create a lockdown ankle, which can also create a too loose or uncontrolled foot. So this is true that a issue in your ankle can actually affect something all the way up in your upper spine and shoulder, because the body is a self-contained unit. If you want to know more about this stuff, shoot us an email, click on the contact tab, and we'll be happy to take you through a free assessment.